The following is a Joe Michaelec production. On November 13th, Felix Unger was asked to remove himself from his place of residence. That request came from his wife. She asked him to leave because he wouldn't listen to the Joe Michaelec Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Joe Michaelec Show, featuring the lovely Sharon. I'm Joe Michaelec, and right there
is the lovely Sharon.
Thank you for saying it first this time.
Right?
Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. I think we're on number 117, but more importantly, this is probably our last drop for 2020.
Really?
As we prepare to say good riddance to this year.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
But this will probably be the last drop of this year.
Yeah, man.
Because our syndicates will go into holiday mode.
Right.
If not next weekend, it should start holiday mode.
Right.
If not, then we'll make sure that they're airing something.
Yeah.
From our library. But,
we go on break.
Yeah, here we go. So anyway, get a hold of the show. www.jmtalk.net is the website. You can subscribe to the podcast. Listen to the current and past episodes right there on the website. Check out the news and other features and things. And you can also find us on social media, TikTok and Facebook at JM Talk, and Twitter and Instagram at JM Talk Radio. She's always amazed at how I just rattle that stuff.
Well, you've been doing it for long enough that you should be able to.
While, yeah.
But it's just, it's funny to me the way you do it.
What do you mean the way I do it? What's
like
funny? What's so fun when I'm here to amuse you? Like I'm a flipping clown?
You put some emphasis on different words.
Yeah, and
I did say that on purpose.
I don't know.
I know it's emphasis.
And I don't know, but I understood you because that's the Philly jumping out of us. I don't know why I do that. I think it just happens. I just think it's
it's funny to me. Yeah,
it may be funny to other people.
Yeah, I think you're just trying to be funny.
I don't know why I do that. And there's so many things we need to try to crunch into this broadcast.
Yes, and I have one thing.
What is that? Go ahead, because I just had something that would have segued perfectly and I lost it. So you might as well go right on ahead. What do you got?
I got Christmas shopping. Okay, so let me...
I don't want to talk about spending money. That's the last thing that I want to talk about.
I want to talk about how other people are spending their Christmas shopping. For a lot of people, it's a tradition. You gather your family, go to the store, get what you want to get, and rush out. But this year, it's different. This year, you got the fear of God thrown into you, and you don't want to go to the stores.
Right.
So a lot of people, I believe, and that's the case for me, are shopping online.
Which has boosted online sales this year, yes.
Yeah, more than any year previously.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to talk about that, just throw my little opinion there. And I guess I did.
What I'm surprised about is the amount of money that is being spent because of the kind of year it's been for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so I'm sort of surprised by the amount of money being spent online. I'm not surprised at the online because, as you know, I typically do, and I only have to shop for you because you take care of it. I feel like we talk about this every Christmas.
You
take care of everybody, and then I just have to shop for you.
Yes,
and I take
online. Care of. But you know what? I think it's that way in most families. The wife has to take care of the family and the friends and the co-workers.
Right.
And the husband, all he's got to do is one person.
I don't see a problem with this at all.
No, I do. I do see a problem with this. I was discussing this with a friend of mine last week, and they were amazed that it was that way between us. They're like,
I picked out.
You don't split it. You don't
picked out toys for our grandson's birthday.
Okay, all right, yeah, well,
so don't even try it.
Yay.
Don't even try it.
But she's like, you don't split it? Like, he doesn't give you half the money? And I'm like, no, it's not that way.
Did you deeply explain why? Because every cent I'm making pays our bills.
I did. But, so, yeah, we did clarify that.
You did clarify that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
However,
because
she did make
I don't want to sound like I'm some cheeseball.
Put a little bug in my head.
Well, you have a lot of bugs in your head.
What? Okay.
And what is this bug?
No, I'm just... and
then off air, you'll tell me who it was.
Yes, I will.
What kind of bug?
I was just kidding.
You weren't playing, though. You were serious right there about that.
Well, I kind of was serious.
What's the bug?
The bug is sometimes maybe you should kick in $1 or two.
Okay, I'll see if I can put our rental on hold.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that. I really am. And so she was amazed as I was amazed at how she does it with her husband. They split everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. Mm-hmm. He's got his account, she's got her account, they've got their account, and she has access to his account, or maybe not, I don't know. And she says, okay, I need this much money, and he gives it to her. I'm like, but they do that for their bills in the house, everything. Right. So it's just, I was like, well, you do what?
Interesting. So the moral of the story is online shopping is up for this year's holidays.
Oh my gosh, yes. I got so sidetracked. Yeah, I am, like, online shopping for Christmas is not new. Truly not new. However, it's sometimes you get the people that go online shopping for things that you can't find in a store. Mm-hmm. But this year it's, let's go to Walmart.com or, Target.com and order the stuff from the stores you would normally visit.
Right.
So.
All thanks to social distancing.
Yes.
And other things. Which, by the way, at the time of this podcast, a lot of, in our area, in adjoining states, they're ramping up even tighter restrictions. Mm-hmm. So, which brings me to another point about the COVID and this 2020. So, Pfizer's vaccine has been approved by the FDA for emergency use, and so it's starting to be mobilized. And they're saying that healthcare workers and
the disabled, and the
nursing
elderly.
home residents, could see vaccinations as early as next week, and we'll have to watch this and see. There have been some reactions that concern. Out of Britain, there's been 2 people that apparently had really bad anaphylactic reactions to it. So there's already an advisory that if you have severe allergies, you probably should not take it.
Right.
So, but I think for the general public, and I just heard last night, I have diabetes, and they said the diabetics may end up being one of those first classes. Because for me, I'm like, it's not that I don't want to take it and be healthy, but, the sample size on how fast they made this is so small. Yeah. I would like to see what happens in the next coming months, because they said the general populace probably will not get this until next year.
Right.
So.
I think I would like to wait for the general populace.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to take it, right away and say, maybe I turn into a werewolf or something. And that's the ongoing joke online. If you take this vaccine when it's so new, then some crazy thing's going to happen to you.
Right.
So.
Well, Moderna's vaccine is up for a hearing on the 17th to see if they can get emergency, the same thing. And they probably will. And obviously that'll obviously give more supply because there's 3 companies. I don't even know who the third one is. I only know Pfizer and Moderna, but apparently there's a third company also seeking emergency approval for the vaccine. So that's the latest update on that going on with the vaccine. I don't know how you guys feel about it. There's a huge debate right now because a lot of companies are saying that they may make it mandatory. They might make it a condition of employment.
Yeah, how about that?
I was really wowed by that. Yeah, I was really wowed about that until I actually heard an interview with a lawyer, an employment lawyer,
right,
who said that is completely legal, and it just blew my mind.
It totally blows my mind that an employer can dictate to you how you want to, they can dictate to you, okay, so if you don't take this vaccine, see you later.
And what happens if you take, so I understand, I was listening to this interview and they were going over all these things. The one thing they didn't mention is, if you take the vaccine because your employer says so, or you can't have a job no more, you can't make money and support your family. So if you take the vaccine and you have a severe reaction and or die as a result of the vaccine, I did not hear anything in the discussion about liability.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that not make the employer liable?
I would think yes.
For making it mandatory that you take what could be poisonous to you?
Yeah, I personally believe they would be liable.
But I'm sure there'll be a legal loophole for them to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. You having some trouble there? Oh, here it comes. She's got it.
I got it.
I'm going to have you open up my next jar of pickles.
Right. I was trying to open my cup of water so I can get the ice inside.
So that is, that's some updates about what's going on. And maybe we'll put on Facebook and see about this employer thing. If what other people think. How you
feel about it?
There's always going to be 2 schools of thought and this and that.
Right.
However, I think the lovely Sharon and I agree that we'd like more time to see what happens to more people because as people start taking this vaccine, the sample size will get larger. You're going to have more people with more issues underlying that will have more reactions to the vaccine, and we'll know more. We will just know more. So okay. One last thing. No, not one last thing, because that's usually the end of the show. One last thing, probably, before we get out of this segment, I wanted to talk about. This is kind of funny. But, so you remember, we talked about this, so if you remember when, what is her actual? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I didn't want to call her AOC because President Trump did that, and she's all mad at him for calling her AOC.
Oh, my God.
But Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, if you recall that, I recall her doing it. I don't recall the reasons because I pay as little attention to her as I can.
Yeah.
She wanted everybody to boycott Goya Foods.
Why?
And, well, that's what I said. I don't pay enough attention to her to remember why.
Yeah.
But I remember her taking to Twitter and bashing Goya Foods and boycott them and all this other stuff. Well, what happened was, the company, Goya Foods, gave her an honorary Employee of the Month award.
Wow.
Now, you might be thinking, well, why would you give someone an Employee of the Month award who told everybody to boycott your company? Well, when she boycotted them and she called for the boycott, their sales actually increased 1,000%. Yes. And the company says
Could she tell everybody to boycott my Scentsy company?
Right. Yes. So, they boycotted. That she told people to boycott, and they not only had larger sales in natural sales, but they also increased their base of customers.
Wow.
So the opposite effect was happening. people were buying more who were already buying, and her boycott brought new customers to the Goya family. And so they made her an honorary employee.